I can't be the only one who watched the game last night between the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Georgia Bulldogs and wondered, how in the hell did we get to this point in college football overtime? And the sad thing is, this overtime rule that we got now, where after two overtimes it becomes a 2-point conversion contest, was implemented as a way because of the last time there was an overtime game that went that long. You had Texas A&M LSU that went all the way to 7 overtimes, the infamous 74-72 game, and a 2-point conversion thing was supposed to be a solution to that problem. And last night's game went all the way to 8 overtimes. I'm going to say it loud and clear for y'all to know. And a lot of you probably agree with me. The previous overtime rules that were in play during that 7 overtime game, 74-72, were better than the ones that we have now for overtime in college football. You know what we really need to do in college football for overtime? We need to do like the NFL playoffs do. Now, don't get me wrong. The NFL has had some bad overtime rules. In fact, the regular season overtime rules suck because it allows a team to get the first possession, and if they score a touchdown, the game is automatically over. I don't like that overtime rule. But I like what the NFL does for the playoffs. Why do they have separate overtime rules for the playoffs versus regular season? I will never know. But in the NFL playoffs, this is how the overtime rules work. Each team gets a certain amount of time to possess the ball. Even if the first team to possess the ball would score a touchdown, the game isn't over, and the opposing team could match that score. Now, after the first 2 possessions, if the game is still tied, the game goes to sudden death, and the next team to score wins the game. I think that's the way it should be in all of football, is that you get an opportunity to possess the ball, and then from then on, if it's still tied, then it goes to sudden death, and the next team to score wins. I think college football should adopt it. I think the NFL should use that for all of their games, not just the playoffs. But I think the NFL playoff overtimes is the best solution we have for overtime in all of football, and that college football needs to adopt it quickly.